Yeah.
Okay, well, first things first, for the benefit of the people who haven't heard of the Silent Age yet, how would you go ahead and describe the game?
God, it's the best game ever. No, it's a point and click adventure. It's really much based on the story of the game and the mood, the feeling you get playing the game. We really focused on having a nice flow through the game. Um, yeah, more than making difficult puzzles.
Yeah. I'm intrigued because what came first? Was it the idea to tell the story that you wanted to tell, or was it the idea to do it as a point and click adventure, or did the two things kind of come as one?
So I met Thomas, the writer, the designer, back in 2011, and the company he works for just closed down, and so things kind of aligned. And he showed me this thing, is the idea he had, and he had like two drawings. One was the past and one was the future, and it looked amazing, and I just jumped on board right away and said, we should do this. So that's kind of how the game started.
Cool.
Initially, we actually didn't plan to have any story at all, or no text at all.
Right.
So you kind of realize that it's hard to tell a story without any words.
Yeah.
Especially in a point and click adventure.
So did the story the story grew from the idea of the past and present?
Yeah.
Nice. Was there any inspiration behind it?
Yeah, I think so. Thomas has a lot of inspiration. He initially started with the initial idea came from urban exploration.
Mm-hmm.
You take photographs of desolate buildings that and he used to imagine how they were in their heydays. So that's kind of how the whole thing started. Yeah. And as we progressed, we kind of realized that the story was important, and we got a guy called Anders Peterson to help us with that. And I think he did a really good job.
Because I mean, the story for me was really one of the main sort of drives, and it's like it was really sort of engaging, and you wanted to find out what was going to happen next. So yeah, I mean,
yeah. It's a really wonderful mystery. I love the fact that it just kind of gradually unfolds like a little piece at a time, and I think it's really interesting what you were saying about how it kind of started with the idea of time travel and of the art design and looking at places, and then kind of the story kind of grew out of that and came from that, because you can tell like it seems like a lot of the storytelling in the game is about sort of showing us things visually rather than just explicitly telling us what's going on. Like, would you say that's fair? Was that part of the intention?
I think that's fair. Yeah, we do have a few cutscenes where we reveal some points, but where the whole backstory, Joe as a character, the whole thing is discovered through interact with the game, and from his comments on things to kind of learn the story.
Yeah. It's relatively recently come out on PC, or it's been ported to PC. I was wondering, like, how that went, like what maybe the challenges were around that.
The challenges, yeah. Well, we actually started making the game on PC.
Oh right.
We use an engine called Unity, and so you build the game in PC, and there's a play button. You press play, and you can play through it. So it wasn't until very late that we actually built it for the phone. And as we approached the release of the first episode on mobile, we realized we should probably start building on phones as well.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, that kind of covers one of my questions then, because I was going to ask if the success of the mobile version was what allowed you to make the port to PC, or was it planned all along? But that kind of covers
it wasn't planned, but the game works very well on a PC, and as we created the scenes, we just didn't build as often for the phone. It was just running on the PC all the time.
Mm-hmm.
The challenge for us was to adapt the interface, and gives something more on the PC than on the mobile.
Yeah.
So we went with the voice recording, and we redid the graphics in Ultra HD, and improved on the animations a bit as well.
Yeah.
Well, with you mentioned the voice acting there that was introduced in the PC version. Did you find it? Did you find it strange hearing the characters speak for the first time? Because obviously, by that point you probably got used to. You probably got your own ideas in your head, and then in come this voice cast.
Yeah. I mean, I think everybody who plays the game has an idea of what Joe sounds like, and all the. And hearing him for the first time, it's always gonna sound wrong.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Honors, I guess Honors, the writer, was the only guy who actually had an idea of what Joe was supposed to sound like. So he was the one doing the casting as well.
I had a look down the voice cast list, and there's some heavyweight names in there, isn't there?
Yeah.
Did I see Roger Jackson from Scream in there?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that was amazing. We didn't know actually.
So I mean, how did that all come about? How did you get those guys on board?
Well, actually, we worked with Somatone, and they basically sent us a couple of what do you call it, auditions, and that we kind of picked them, and then I think he actually told Anders learned along the way that he actually was part of Scream.
Wow. Because you're
apparently we chose him before we knew that.
Yeah. Because did you say the story was written by your colleague? I was wondering sort of if you knew kind of how he felt when like his lines were sort of being given to this set of actors. Like, did they do things with it that perhaps you guys didn't anticipate, or did they make it better in any way or worse?
Actually, Anders was in on the recording sessions as well. It was recorded in Los Angeles, and he's in Copenhagen, so there's quite a time difference. I think it's 9 hours. In the evenings, he would sit in on Skype and basically directing the voices. Like, hey, he really got what he wanted.
Yeah, cool. Did they bring anything that you guys perhaps didn't expect or like didn't anticipate, or was it all kind of pretty much what you guys imagined it would be?
Yeah.
Cool.
I understand to answer that. I think, but I think they brought a lot of quality. I think it was. I'm very impressed with their skills and Honors as well. He talked about he would just say, "I'd like that a little bit higher pitch," and they would redo it, and that hit the mark. And
awesome.
They are talented with their voices.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a pretty skilled team behind it. But because it seems to be such like a well crafted game. Like, I think it sounds, maybe it kind of sounds like a trivial decision in the way that we're talking about it, but I guess it's a pretty major decision to suddenly to kind of introduce voices to this game that's got a very particular tone to it.
Yeah.
In terms of how it comes across.
We did have a talk about that, and we were aware that it would be a very different game. From going from silent to actually having the characters speak.
Yeah.
We thought we should try it at least, and I'm glad we did. It was amazing.
Yeah. It sounds like a pretty successful experiment.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell us, thinking about the characters, tell us a little bit about Joe. Perhaps for some of the people who haven't played the game yet.
Oh well, he's a little bit. That's hard to describe. He's a little bit. How should I say it? Like, he's an average Joe. He's a little bit disconnected, but not the brightest light bulb.
Yeah.
And kind of just stumbles into this event, and the whole thing's surreal to him, and he doesn't really realize it what's going on and like how important he is.
Mm. I think like you say, like he's literally an average Joe, right? Like as in, he's a janitor, like a caretaker. Not a janitor, isn't he?
Yeah, and like his first conversation with the boss in chapter 1 kind of sets the tone as like it's Joe, sir. His name.
Yeah, that conversation establishes really early on just how unimportant you are.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
In like your whole life, your boss can't even remember your first name, and yeah, like I think it really comes across, even though there isn't a massive amount of dialogue. Like kind of hearing, well, I guess there's most of it's kind of Joe's monologue, isn't it? Like
his reaction to the environment.
Yeah, him talking to himself. I was wondering sort of how easy or difficult it was to come up with all of Joe's environmental reactions, like when you kind of use a tool on something that it can't be used on and things like that. I think there's a lot of kind of humor that comes out of the game in those sorts of moments where Joe's just kind of snidely telling you that you can't get through a door with a tiny screwdriver or something.
Yeah, that was one of my favourite sort of elements of the game. That comedy where it shouldn't be.
Yeah, we actually we started out. We created a list of generic negative responses, like, "No, that doesn't fit, or that doesn't make sense, or I can't do that." And then we felt that some of the more interesting or important interactions, we should write specific comments to what he was doing, and it just kind of took off. We started filling the whole game is like Excel sheets, and started filling up cell after cell, and in the end, pretty much all of them were filled out with specific comments to various combinations of items and the environment.
Yeah, I must admit, I did spend most of my time trying different things just to see the response.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and there's a lot of people that do that.
Yeah,
absolutely.
It took a lot of time, but in the end, it paid off.
The kind of ones that he'll say when you try to get him to confront policemen or like do unmentionable things to corpses. Like it's just it's very dark, but it's really pitch perfect. I think it's very cool.
People love that. Yeah. It also makes the game exceptionally expensive to localize.
Yeah, God, I can imagine. How many languages is it? Is it translated?
It's only in English. We haven't localized. Yeah.
Oh, you haven't localized.
It's about 70,000 words.
Yeah, but like you say, it's so much. Those lines all are kind of delivered like spot on. Like I think it'd be really quite hard to translate that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, humor's a difficult beast to translate, isn't it? Anyway, so
I wouldn't know, but
you said right at the beginning that the whole game came from kind of like two pictures, one of past and one of present. Did you guys have a clear idea of the art style right from that early point, or is that something that's kind of developed as it's gone on?
Oh, it's definitely developed. I mean, I guess looking at them now, they don't look so impressive, but the whole development has developed. Even the second episode of the game on mobile, it has a lot more detail to it than the first episode. But it's definitely something that progresses as you go along, or improves as you go along.
Yeah. Because it
we don't want people to look at the first chapter and then the last chapter. And to play through the game
and see it develop. Yeah, because it's quite cartoony at the beginning in many ways, I think, but it's also quite serious.
It might be. I think that might be the animation.
Yeah.
I think we made episode 1 with the sprite sheet animation, if you know what that means.
Yeah.
Like still pictures of every frame. And it was, we didn't have room for too many frames because the textures got so big, and in the way we implemented it, at least. on mobile, the textures can't get to it. So with episode 2, we actually made a bone animated character. Which, same thing you use in 3D games.
Okay.
And that gave us a lot of options, and we kind of needed that to when Joe got sick, that he like start walking and get ill, basically.
Yeah.
It's out for blending animations we couldn't do before, and the animations became a lot smoother, and so the whole animation system was redone the next episode. And I think that was well worth.
It sounds challenging. It sounds like it
was actually the animator was it was challenging for him to animate a 2D character with phone animations that we use in 3D.
Yeah. Because I think the whole way it comes across is really simple, but it's really effective.
Yeah.
And it's colourful, but in a way that serves the gameplay as well. Like objects are different colours to the environments, you can spot them. And
that was a design choice. If you try to again, it comes down to having a good flow through the game, because I think and Thomas as well had this experience with Monkey Island, which was like the godfather of point and click adventures.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
You play for a while and you just get stuck in Monkey Island. All of it. I never finished Monkey Island myself.
Yeah.
We didn't want that. We didn't want to have a whole pile of inventory items that you have to like one at a time try on different combine obscure ways. Because we felt that it would, you forget the story, you forget what you're actually doing.
Yeah, and it would probably
make your next goal.
It would have made your massive spreadsheet of responses even more massive, I guess, as well, if you had all the inventory items at all times.
Yeah, exactly. So we contained the game in chapters. We had a limited amount of items in each chapter, and you wouldn't pick them between chapters. So
I think it works.
I think it worked well. People, it made the game shorter because especially the hardcore adventure gamers were really quick at playing through it. But I think it's better to leave people wanting more than them getting tired of the game.
Yeah, definitely. It's not. It at no point does it feel cluttered and overcomplicated. It's just, it's just a nice. It's a casual experience and a really good one.
Yeah, definitely. We were wondering about the sound as well, like and how you guys came to the decision to design the sound in the way that you did, because it's a very. I mean, it's called the Silent Age, and it's quite a quiet game as well. In there's very little in the way of ambient music or sound effects.
Yeah. The sound. So the thing is, Thomas Ryder, who designed the game, he's also he's quite good with music as well. So he did the ambience for all the scenes, all the chapters, and then we hired freelance to do the sound effects of various items in the game. So, to create the ambience, kind of just to create the mood of the game. I think it worked well. Thomas was doing the visuals, but he also did the music, so he kind of the whole thing works well together.
Yeah. I think it was annoying me for a long time because I couldn't quite work out. I knew I'd kind of felt this feeling before with this sound design, or been in a location like that in a game, and it reminded me a lot of. Have you played Final Fantasy VII? No,
I haven't. No.
You've never played it. That's okay. But there's a location in that game called Nibelheim where the rest of the game has kind of jaunty, upbeat music, and then you go to this place and it's just silent. And that really kind of hits you, and there's just a kind of general sense of unease. And I think it kind of really comes across like that. It does feel when you play the Silent Age like you are alone in this sort of post-apocalyptic world.
Yeah, definitely.
Something is going on.
It's funny because we've played the game so often ourselves. then after releasing, you see the comments. Everybody's kind of, comparing it to horror games, and we, never felt it as a horror game. It's mysterious, but apparently we made it so mysterious that it's a borderline horror game.
A borderline horror game. It's got kind of the vibe of Silent Hill 2 in some ways.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that kind of like Japanese horror, sort of like passive aggressive, sort of just general sense something's wrong sort of horror.
I guess after playing it and making the game, you hear every scene again and again. Most times it doesn't seem so strong to us playing it or building it as a final product.
Yeah,
that's the new player, which is great. So I guess it worked out well.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm very happy with the results.
Yeah, so I mean, you mentioned some of the comments, but you got. I was checking out the comments down the Steam page and stuff like that, and the reviews that people are giving it, and you've had some fantastic responses to the game.
Yeah.
In terms of reviews and ratings and the Metacritic score, it's were you surprised by that? Or did you feel like you've earned it?
Yeah. It's been really strange because it's kind of like this game where not a lot of people downloaded it, but those that get into it, they really like it.
Yeah.
We get a lot of comments actually on mobile as well. They saw the icon or they saw the graphics or the visuals, and then they gave it a try anyway.
Yeah.
And then they love it once they get into it.
Yeah.
Really a strange.
Well, yeah, I mean, you picked up over 7 million downloads on the mobile platform, didn't you?
Yeah, it's about 8 million now. Yeah.
Which is fantastic by anybody's standards.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I should add though that the first on mobile the first one is free, so
yes.
You still have to convert halfway through. You have to buy the next one.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think it's having kind of played the mobile version. I think it's the free one does kind of give you enough of a taste of the story and the gameplay to I think kind of really make you. Oh no! Oh hello! Can you still hear me? Oh. I'm seeing a call dropped button coming up.
Oh
no! He was so interesting. Let's get him back.
Don't worry, I'll get him back. Oh no, add to group call. That's the one. Come on,
Uni Dahl. I think let's just finish off with a
Hey.
Hi.
Hey.
Again.
Sorry about that.
Oh.
I think we lost you when you were telling us about how amazingly successful it was.
Yeah,
which is a shame.
Yeah, we had 8 million downloads, right?
Yeah.
So the mobile version had 8 million downloads, and the thing is, so that one's free. So it doesn't mean 8 million sales. We still have to convert halfway through.
Yeah. But I think the kind of initial bit kind of gives you a really good flavor. Like it's such a good mystery that I think it's a bit. You're a bit hard pressed not to buy the first chapter. I think after doing the free bit in the mobile. From my opinion, anyway. Like you need to know what happens next.
Yeah, exactly.
We're wondering.
And then people a chance to try it out.
We were wondering what's next for House on Fire, like for the studio, now that this is out.
Well, yeah. Right now we're actually working on Snot, which I don't know if you've seen that.
Yeah, is that entering the beta soon? Did I read on?
We're developing soon. We started that back in 2011 as well when we got a grant for that. So we worked on that for a while, and then it was distracting from the Silent Age, so we kind of put it on the shelf. And so so that we decided to pick it up again. It would be nice to finish that, and it's a very different game from the Silent Age.
Yeah. I mean, I had a look at it earlier today. It does look a bit different, but has the success of the Silent Age given you any sort of confidence or drive to push further into PC gaming, or are you comfortable, looking at?
Well, yeah. I PC and console as well, and I don't think I wouldn't want to limit myself to one platform, and I think it's actually better to come out on PC at the same time or before you want to go to mobile.
Yeah.
For certain titles.
Yeah.
You get a lot of negativity when usually you just hear, oh no, another mobile port.
Yeah.
Which I don't think the Silent Age deserves, at least.
Yeah, there's a lot of stigma, isn't there, around them sort of ports. There's a lot of games that have done it wrong and sort of, muddied the water for everybody else.
Yeah, probably.
But I think stuff like the Silent Age is really important because it does kind of show that like the mobile phone can have like really rich, interesting, deep, thoughtful sort of gaming experiences. Like it doesn't have to just be Candy Crush. And
the thing is, you get a lot of, and I think maybe that's the reason you get a lot of knocks on these games. I mean, they can be entertaining. I mean, a lot of these games are made to play on the bus as you're going to or something. I mean, you don't really have time to get into it. You just
Yeah, I have to admit, I played the Silent Age on the bus on my way to work for about a week. And yeah, it was great. I arrived to work thoroughly freaked out every day, which is it's an awesome game. Uni, is there anything else that you want to say? Do you have like a date for Snot? As in, like, is there?
It's nice. I mean, surely you could do that, but it probably isn't the kind of game. I don't know.
Probably, maybe not the same way.
Hello?
But okay.
I'm right.
Oh
no, call.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was getting a bit wild then. Because I thought I was lagging out because he was answering your question as you were answering it, and you were both talking, and it was like,
oh no.
So I think I don't know what happened then, but he's gone again. So we'll try and grab him back for the wrap up.
Yeah.
And then I'll edit.
Hi.
Hey.
That's right.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to tell us, Uni, before I guess we kind of wrap this one up? We're going to do like about a 30.
Are you recording?
Yeah, we're just recording all the way through. We'll edit it out in post.
I'll cut it all. It'll be seamless.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I mean, you mentioned the platforms, and I think I would actually like to make a console game as well. I'd love to get Silent Age on console. So just the experience of working with Sony and Microsoft, Nintendo would be great. And console games, especially console games, you have a controller. It's different kind of games you can play there and make there. So
yeah, and I suppose the sort of the indie gaming and the small studio market it seems to be going from strength to strength at the moment. How do you feel being a part of all that, and the sort of big focus on smaller game developers?
Could you repeat the question?
I'm just saying, like the market for small studios and smaller developments seems to be really building at the moment. There's a lot of help out there for smaller developers. How does it feel to be a part of all that?
Well, it feels great. It feels really hard though. It's really hard. Most people don't. Most people don't make a profit actually on mobile. At least on mobile. I don't know about the PC market. I'm kind of new to it. I haven't played with my PC for a long time. Like when Major Silent Age, just starting to get back into it, and There's a lot of great games on PC as well. But no, it's hard to be part of it. I think Apple has helped us the most. We got featured on Apple, and that's a huge boost in downloads. Probably the biggest, most important, event for the Silent Age.
Yeah,
being featured. That kind of, if you get featured, you're safe.
Awesome. It sounds like you guys have had kind of the right sort of support in the right places as well. But it's really nice to see like a game of like Silent Age's quality doing really well. I think it.
Yeah. Well, we started out as three people with a vision, or with I think just with the drive to make a game. We want to try. We like all playing games, so we wanted to make a game.
Cool.
And put our own money in it, and launched the first episode free, and decided to actually ask for donations to develop the next one. So that was a very different step than usual.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people don't really know how expensive it is to make a game. At least in Copenhagen, where wages are quite high. So we didn't get enough donations. We did manage to land an investor, so that was kind of the success story. They could see that people would love the game, and when people were willing to actually donate up front, with actually a guarantee of second episode, that made it.
Awesome.
Fantastic.
Uni, we're going to wrap it up there, but thank you so much for your time, and we wish you guys and House on Fire all the best of luck for the future. And we will be playing Snot. Maybe we have a slightly different toned interview to chat about that.
Very different.
Cool. All right. Cool. Thanks so much, man.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Yeah, thanks, Uni.